Hey, what's up, hikers? Bigfoot here. Today, I'm going to go through my entire final and complete gear list for the John Muir Trail. So before I get started, I want to actually show you guys my entire pack weight, my base weight, that is, of everything, including my bear canister, my empty fuel canister, everything that I'm bringing, with the exception of food and water. So let's go ahead and weigh that now. 15 pounds. So here it is, my entire John Muir Trail gear list. Like I've done with other videos, I'll start the right, talk about clothing here, work my way to the left. I don't remember the exact weight of every single piece of gear, so what I'll do is I'll put the actual weight right down here at the bottom as I kind of cover each item and what I'm using it for. So starting over here at the right, this is not included in my base weight. These are items right here that I'm actually going to be wearing on the trail, this far right section. So these are Injinji socks. They're the 2.0 run or trail socks. They have done very well for me. I'll continue to wear these and haven't had a blister with them yet, especially with the large amount of miles that I've had while wearing them, like on my FKT. Have my Nike running shorts that I'll be wearing instead of the traditional zip-off pants that you've seen me wear before in the past. The first time I wore these was on the FKT. Of course, my Exofficio boxer briefs. And then I actually have a different type of Patagonia wind shirt. This is actually a Windchaser, I believe is what it's called. Miss Bigfoot actually got this for me while I was on the FKT when she saw that I had cut my sleeves off of my shirt. So she felt bad and bought this. So this is supposed to be able to breathe a little bit better, but excited to see how this works. Then I'll be bringing a buff. Then, of course, my Bigfoot hat. Another thing that's not included in my base weight is my Lakey poles. These are the Core Tech Micro something or another. Again, I'll put it on the bottom here. I forgot the exact name. Reason why I'm bringing these instead of my Black Diamond is because they can break down and stow really easily, which will benefit me while I'm transporting all my gear out to California in my pack. So made it a pretty easy decision to bring these just for how compact that they can get. Now, besides those items right here, everything else that you see here will all be included in my base weight. I have an extra pair of Injinji socks. I have thermal bottoms. These are Patagonia Capilene thermal bottoms. Then I brought these on my FKT attempt. These are the Mont'bell Tachyon pants. They're wind pants and they are fantastic. I absolutely love them. Got another pair of Exofficio boxer briefs. And then I do have a Capilene lightweight t-shirt. It's different than this one right here. So this is, again, I think it's called the Windchaser or something like that. And then the lightweight shirt. Now, what I'll be doing is when I get into camp, I will be changing out and obviously putting on my backup boxer briefs and then throwing my wind pants on as kind of what I lounge around at camp. And if it is cold, then I'll throw these on. So everything here you'll see layered. So the colder mornings, if it's too cold, I'll put my thermal bottoms on. Of course, they'll be above my Exofficio boxer briefs and then my running shorts. But if it's not that cold, it's just a little chilly, then I will just have my traditional setup and I'll throw my wind pants on. The thing I love about these wind pants, they're really easy to put on and take off. I don't have to take my shoes off or my gaiters or anything like that. So they slip in, slide on, slide off really easily. And those just makes it really easy to be able to layer and stay warm and take off when I do get too warm and when I get cool. All right, my weather gear. So starting off the top here, just a Zpacks Fleece Hat. Had this for quite a while. I did pick up a pair of fleece gloves from Zpacks. One size fits all. They're a little big on me, but they'll do just fine. Then, of course, my favorite piece of clothing on hiking, backpacking adventures is my Patagonia Thermal Weight quarter zip hoodie. Absolutely love this thing. Had it with me on my entire through hike of the Appalachian Trail, and it will continue to go with me on every adventure. Then I have my Outdoor Research Helium 2 rain jacket, and then one of the new pieces of gear, this is my Mountain Hardwear Ghost Whisperer. I got a large, and I tried it on. It came in the mail yesterday. I read on the website that it's more of a slim fit, but the large was way too big for me. So I ordered a medium, and if it fits fine, then I will send this back in the mail and get my money back on the large. All right, let's talk about sleeping and my butt pad, which is the Z-Seat. I didn't bring this on my last through hike, but brought this on the Appalachian Trail, so I'll bring this back out. I'm bringing my Therm-a-Rest NeoAir Xlite short pad. I was going to bring a different sleeping pad, but had some issues with it. If you're interested in knowing more about that, you can check out the video that I'll put on below about the X pad that I talked about on one of my other videos. And this is the Sea to Summit Aeros ultralight pillow. And this is my Enlightened equipment revelation. Now, this is a big enough dry sack that I got from Zpacks. I can't remember the exact size. I'll look it up and I'll put it here in the description box below. But when I actually compress this, I can fit all of the extra clothing that I have all in here with my revelation, with the exception of this. Because I frequently put this on and take this off so much, I will actually keep this at the very top of my pack when I pack everything up. Half the time I'm actually wearing this when I leave camp, and then when I get warm, I'll just take it off and throw it back in my pack. So normally I would never usually put that in here. Way up here is the Six Moon Designs Silver Shadow Umbrella. Talked about that in one of my other videos, so I'm testing that out, trying that out on the trail. Then, of course, I got my Hyperlite 3400 Wind Rider for my pack. Then my trusty, old, reliable Zpacks Duplex tent, my most favorite tent in the entire world. Bring that out on my hike. Now, in terms of tent stakes, still bringing the MSR Carbon Core, I believe is what they're called, tent stakes. I'm bringing 6 of those. And then for both of the storm doors, I have the V stakes. Reason why I'm bringing these V stakes is because these do a fantastic job with holding your storm doors in. The terrain out in the PCT is so rocky that sometimes these have problems with staying in the actual ground, and these will hold very, very well. So 2 V stakes and the rest, the MSR carbon stakes. Let's go over here and talk about kitchen. So have my lighter one bear canister. As most of you know, you have to have a bear canister on the John Muir Trail. And I chose this one not because it's the lightest, because it's not the lightest, but it also has the functionality to turn the very top of this into a cooking pot. And there's a handle inside that you screw these into. So it literally becomes a cook pot with the lid right here. So I'm going to test this out, see how it works. Now you can see here, I have my Vargo 1 liter bot. Probably asking yourself, why am I bringing this if I already have a cook pot? And the reason why is I have not tested this yet, and I'm going to be in very high elevations, and obviously the higher the elevation is, the more fuel it takes to cook, and I am just being precautious. So if this doesn't work out very well, I know this will. So this is just my my backup. But normally, of course, I only bring 1 cook pot, but I will report back to you guys on, of course, how the lighter one holds up and the cook pot on that. Empty canister here. Then I got my BRS Stove. Love this thing because it weighs nothing, 0.88 ounces, and just does a fantastic job with boiling water. Everything I cook is just boiling water to make whatever I bring. I'm not going to do anything extravagant. So that's all I need is just to boil water, mini Bic lighter, and then Sea to Summit ultralight titanium spoon. Don't know what happened to my other long handle spoon, so I just had to pick this one up the other day. Got my liter smart water bottle, and then my filter is the Katadyn Be-Free water filter. I got the liter. Love this thing. Now, I brought this out on my FKT attempt, and did a video about that and compared it against the Sawyer. I prefer this over the Sawyer. Now, I did have some issues with it clogging a little bit and the flow rate adjusting as I went on my 7-day or 6-day FKT hike. So what I did is I bought a new one because I wanted to test out how this holds up in a different part of the country with water. The water that I experienced on my FKT attempt up in northern Minnesota has a lot of iron in it. And I think that could be a cause also of why the filter was getting clogged a little bit more than maybe usual. I've had people reach out to me and tell me that their Be Free water filter just didn't experience that with their experiences on the trail. So I wanted to check and see how this holds up during the whole 211 miles on the John Muir Trail. And I'll let you guys know. Then the maps that I'm bringing are the Thompson maps. I have all, I think it's 14 total Thompson maps. They're waterproof. And this is my paper map. And then, of course, will be using the Gut Hooks JMT guide, the app, which is just fantastic. So with the combination of these paper maps, Thompson paper maps, and Gut Hooks, I'll totally be good to go. Toilet paper, and then my Q-Wiz trowel. Toiletries here. Got my ultralight toothbrush, toothpaste, and a little thing of dental floss. My first aid kit. This is all I really need, just a little bit of ointment. Got a couple bandages and the KD tape. I have 4 strips of KD tape in here. You can use KD tape for anything. It just works out great. So I like to bring about 4 strips because I never know how and how much I'll need. Got a deodorant, which again, a lot of people, you wouldn't see this in a lot of gear lists, but I love smelling decent, halfway decent at least. So I actually brought this on the Appalachian Trail, and I'll continue to bring deodorant with me, one of the few hikers that does. And this is different. So instead of bringing what you normally see, which is sanitizer, I'm actually bringing soap. And you're probably like, what? That doesn't make any sense, really. Well, for a couple different reasons. This is the Dr. Bronner's soap. I think it's the, actually I can't remember which kind that it is, but you can use this for so many different things. Now, if you get the peppermint kind, you actually can use it as toothpaste as well. I tried it myself and didn't like it at all, so I won't be using it for that. But with sanitizer, it doesn't really prevent the norovirus. The only thing that really does as best as it can is just the old-fashioned soap and water. Dr. Bronner's is biodegradable, and so instead of sanitizing my hands every single time, I'll actually be washing them. Of course, I'll be washing my hands 200 feet from a water source and dispose of this properly, but it doesn't take a lot of soap to wash your hands, like a small drop. So this is like plenty. If I wanted to, shampoo my hair or whatever, when I go to a hostel or something like that, I'll probably stay at VVR, then I can use it for that as well. But anyway, try not this out instead of sanitizer once, see how it works. And then I have ultralight towel, and this is more for, just wiping myself down, or if my tent does get water in it for some reason, I can get it out. Lots of different other functions. And then my electronics. I have my DeLorme InReach Explorer for my GPS. My Anchor 20,100 milliamp. This will be able to charge my iPhone 7 Plus about 7 times, I believe. iPhone 7 Plus, Black Diamond Ion. It's 100 lumens. I don't personally need anything more than this. This will get you 8 hours of battery. If you have it on the highest setting, I can probably actually use it about the middle to upper middle setting, about 80 lumens, so it'll last longer than that. And a new thing that I'm trying out, this is the Renogy solar panel. It's the E.Flex 5 watt. Only weighs like 6.4 ounces. That's what it weighed on my scale. And this is just something I'm seeing how it actually works out there on the JMT. It works out really well. This might be something that I'll bring on a future through hike like the PCT. And then I have all of my electronic cables. So that's it. That is everything that I'm bringing on my JMT through hike. My JMT through hike is a later season through hike. It's happening in the middle of September, and I plan on being on the trail for about 14 days with my exit date sometime right around the 23rd or so of September. So anyway, thanks everyone for staying tuned in. I will put links to every single piece of gear that you see here below in the description box. So check them out if you're interested in anything. Thanks so much. Stay tuned for many more sightings. And remember to always follow Bigfoot.